Hi, everybody. I wanted to take you through Act One, Scene One. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I just want to hit some of the highlights to make sure that you understand some of the more complicated speeches that are in here. When it begins, Bernardo, Francisco, Horatio, and Marcellus are all talking as they are standing guard around Elsinore Castle. And so they are there because Marcellus and Bernardo have twice seen this ghost of Hamlet's father. And Horatio has said, "No, there's no way you saw that. I don't believe you." And so they have invited Horatio to come see the ghost with them. And it is important that the ghost is seen by other people. And so Shakespeare brings this about. Had we just read Macbeth, we would have dealt with the fact that there are ghosts in Macbeth that only Macbeth can see. And it shows that he's kind of going crazy. In Hamlet, Shakespeare opens the play with people other than Hamlet seeing the ghost. And this solidifies to the audience, who does believe in ghosts, that there really is a ghost here. Other people have seen it. It's like there are witnesses to the fact that this apparition is actually there and not just in Hamlet's imagination. And so that's the first important thing, is that these night watchmen are the first people who have seen this ghost. So then, as they're waiting for the ghost, they begin to discuss some other happenings in the royal court. And this is something that is covered in that introductory PowerPoint, but this is where it comes from in the text. So they're saying, why this same strict and most observant watch? Why are we keeping watch right now? Why are we preparing for war? Why do we keep hearing cannons? Why are all these implements of war being prepared in the land? They say, please tell us what's going on. Why do we appear to be making haste toward war? Not even dividing Sunday from the week. So, like, why is our nation full on preparing for war? And Horatio says, well, I know what's going on. And this is where he tells the story about Hamlet Sr. and Fortinbras Sr. And so he says that, as you know, our last king, who's just appeared to us in ghost form, was slain by, or who was pricked into combat by Fortinbras Sr. And then valiant Hamlet Sr. slayed him. And so Fortinbras egged on a war, Fortinbras Sr., and in that war, Hamlet Sr. killed Fortinbras Sr. And then, therefore, Fortinbras Sr. forfeited his lands. And so Denmark has taken lands that belong to Norway because Denmark defeated Norway in a war, and it resulted in the death of Fortinbras Sr. And so then he says young Fortinbras feels like this was part of his inheritance that has been taken from him. And so now young Fortinbras, all unimproved metal, hot and full, meaning he's hot-headed, he needs to go prove himself, and he is ready to go do war. He has sharked up a list of lawless resolutes. So he's gotten a bunch of guys together to who have a stomach for war, to come recover from us by strong hand those lands. So Fortinbras Jr. now and this band of soldiers are going to come toward us and try to get their land back. And he says, so I think that's the main motive for these war preparations. We're ready to defend ourselves against young Fortinbras. And then Bernardo intelligently says, well, maybe that's why the ghost is here too. Maybe it has something to do with that. And so those are kind of the main things you need to make sure you took away from Act One, Scene One. And now, of course, the friends are going to go tell Hamlet Jr. that they have seen the ghost of his father, in the hopes that the ghost will talk to him, even though it did not talk to them.